Alright there. Hope you're having a good administrative professionals day. I have a convergence. I think we're going to talk about convergence this time around. 3%. I just did the numbers for the site. We're up to 3% females for this Homer Cocktail 076, which is interesting. The music one is about 24%. Started off about 10%. 8, 9, 10%, somewhere around there. And we got people out there walking up from school and all, but let's see what we got. Where's the dogs at? We're going to talk about conversions. And I'd like to stay a little consistent on my celebrities. Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera will allude to. Just for the sake of common knowledge or common familiarity. Britney Spears from Louisiana and Christina Aguilera from Pennsylvania, I think she's from. And then people seem to have it in their minds that they grew up, you know, they're in diapers together, right? Pretty close, I guess. You know, their time goes back to Disney, you know, Orlando, when they, you know, they're pre-teens or teens or whatever, pretty young. But I'd like to think that television isn't going to be the only thing that does this convergence, you know? I'm up to 27 buddies in my Homer Cocktail site. Most of them are musicians. Most are guitar players. And I'll admit I have a crush on a few of them. Mild crush on a few of them. I'm in awe, admiration, call it what you want. And I have some kind of standard about asking for friendship. For that side in particular, is that you have to have some talent. You know, that's just for my YouTube Homer Cocktail one over there. This one, man, you know, I don't care if you play guitar. I don't care. You know, if you have an opinion, go ahead and sign up and stuff like that. But you know, there's a different focus. Let's see what we got here. We got one girl just added a song by Ben Harper. I went ahead and subscribed to everyone that, you know, is a buddy out there at youtube.com Homer Cocktail. And it's a song that was played in '98. The first time I heard was as part of some spring break trip with the school I was going to. And it was Central California, and that's where the girl's from, Fresno or whatever, and you probably know who you are. She sang this great Sukiyaki song, and I guess she has hundreds of fans herself or whatever. I'm not saying I have hundreds, but I'm not even sure viewers are necessarily fans, right? But it's a great Ben Harper song, Waiting on an Angel. And yeah, I'm thinking about this convergence, right? And the way people and things seem to synchronize. I added this girl that sang this great La La Land cover, Demi Lovato. And I don't know, I figure someday I'm going to settle down, right? And one of these days, you know, I'm not going to have some kind of harem, right? And fucking marry 25 girls or whatever. You admire them all. But one of these days, I'd like to be with a musician, you know? Or an artist, you know, some kind of visual artist. It's just my preference. And then, it's just funny what seems to be coincidence. And, you know, there's this Tales from the Crypt or Tales from the Dark Side. Can't remember which one, but it was the movie where this black lady, and I want to say it's Jeff Goldblum. Goldblum, I think. Is that from the Jurassic Park guy? Where the guy's he sees a gargoyle, and the gargoyle says, "Don't tell anyone, right?" And he went all these years without telling a secret, and he winds up hooking up with this black lady. And one day he just felt this need to show all these sculptors, miniature sculptures in paintings. It's like, and then she turned into a gargoyle and ate him or whatever, right? And then became a stone statue again with him and the kids or whatever, which is real funny. But I just want to touch on some lyrics, and it's one of those inner conflicts where, you know, hey man, you're not supposed to give it all away, right? But at some point you have to give some up. Nirvana, I'm a fan of Nirvana. You can go to myspace.com, Homer Cocktail. Got some videos, and I have a Nirvana tribute on our videos. I might do an Alice in Chains one in the next couple months. I'm not really sure. Don't want to commit to it. I already have it recorded, but it's not in video form at all. It's a tribute to Dirt. You know, something I used to listen to during the 90s, no less. Anyhow, let's see what we got. Spoken Walls and Web, originally David Bowie. And I know some musicians kind of go through that, you know. And some people go crazy that I've talked to, that I've grown up around. It's like, how do you know people know who you are and shit? Well, fucking YouTube says 30,000 people. It says 30,000 people have watched my videos. That's one way to know. And when you're a musician, or when you do music, you get skeptics, right? Especially early on. And yeah, Spoken Walls and Web. So it has to do with the bell curve, and I'm speaking to the bell curve by and large. I think as far as regular activity, I'm guessing less than 5% of people in this country play guitar with any proficiency. And I'm not saying I'm that great. I'm not, you know, Eddie Van Halen, obviously. But some people I don't think understand the way communication's done, at least the way I communicate. And everyone has their style. But just to leave it at that, yeah, I don't know. Well, let's walk around a little bit. Oh, the wink and nod, that was it. It's like, you know, the wink and nod thing, right? I'm just kidding. But the disparity piece did pretty well, which I'm happy with. I just put that on yesterday. And the quits piece didn't go anywhere. And now I have you know, some kind of way to gauge who knows what. And then you know, I got this buddy. You know, I have buddy in Missouri, buddy in Michigan, buddy here, buddy there, right? And I can almost tell who's watched what, right? But not in a complete accurate detail, because the feedback's not always explicit, and that's the word, explicit. And that's why we, you know, we're going to cover this thing on convergence at some point, where you leave behind, you know, I don't know who Christina Aguilera's neighbor was, right? For example, in Pennsylvania, or Britney Spears. But you know that they had a connection at Disney, then there was ups and downs, and I don't know what their status is with one another right now. Very few people, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards are an example. John Popper from Blues Traveler went to the school, same school as the one that sang Two Princes, you know? Can't remember the band. But that's not too often. It seems to be that you remain in the limelight together. And maybe YouTube will change that, maybe it won't. Yeah. So I just want to spit out a few ideas about convergence and where the future's going, and is this the way it's always going to be and stuff, you know? Is it always going to be like, hey, you know, like wink and nod, like, yeah, I like that song, and or sometimes you're just wrong about it, and it's like, oh, that's somebody else, oh, you're okay, sorry, you know? But things are going pretty decent, and you guys have a good time. All right.